Okay, so I don't normally talk about things that I dream about because usually I don't dream. If I do dream, it's usually like a really weird thing, and it's usually a frequent one where like zombies are trying to break into the house, but they never make it in because I just put like one chair in front of the door and then they pick up the chair and move it. And I don't know what that means. It's just like they never can get into the house. And I've had some weird dreams before where I hid in a bathroom and there was a T-Rex or a couple T-Rexes that were running across the country, and they would always come find me or try to find me, and I'd hide in the bathroom and they would never know I'm there. I don't know. My dreams are weird. I'm sure your dreams are weird too. But I never had a dream quite like this one, and this was this morning and it woke me up. I was supposed to get up at like 9 a.m. this morning, but I overslept till about 11 o'clock because I guess I was just so deep asleep with my dream. And what had happened was, I don't even know what happened. Like, I was hanging out with some people, and I kept having like cataclysmic events happening, where like there'd just be a big shockwave and knock everything back, but it would never knock me over. And I'm just like, what the hell? I would try to hide, but it would never just like blow me away or whatever. So I don't understand what that meant. So as the dream goes on, eventually I end up going to. It's not Disneyland, but it was basically Disneyland. And I went with a couple of my friends, but I was surrounded by people I didn't know. Now, normally when I dream, I see people, but I never recognize them. But these were like very different kind of people, and this is what creeps me out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say this now. If you have any kind of weird dreams like this shit, I don't want you talking about it in the comments. This shit actually fucking creeped me the fuck out, and I woke up not in a good mood. Let's just say that. But we were at this. I want to say it was like Disneyland, but it really wasn't Disneyland. Like I kept seeing like the Little Mermaid and shit everywhere, but it wasn't really Disneyland. I don't know. I've never seen a ride like this quite like at Disneyland. It was more of like Soak City or Hurricane Harbor kind of thing. But as I'm in the lazy river, because there's the lazy river, we're kind of like floating down it. My friends are behind me. There's like these people in front of me, and there's music playing on the side of the lazy river, right? So as I'm listening to the music, it's singing some kind of melody that didn't really phase me until I started really paying attention to it in my dream. And it was singing, I can't remember the humming of it, but it was just like, I like cock, I like balls, I like pussy, I like cock, I like dick. And you know how like Disney has that whole thing where it's like they'll have an image of something or they'll like sneak in some audio or special effects that kind of like brainwashes kids. Like the Lion King, it says what they claimed as special effects, but the word just said sex. Or there's a naked woman in the rescuers down under. Or the Little Mermaid on the box art, you have the dildo in the background built into the castle. It was like one of those things where I kept hearing this kind of music, but the lyrics were just like saying things like that. And I remembered I was just like, does anybody else fucking hear this? Now I was asking this out loud, and the couple, like the people in front of me who I don't recognize, they stopped what they were doing in the river and they just looked at me and they just gave me this really like I can't replicate it, but it was just like a shock surprise kind of look. Like I was asking them the question instead of my friends. Like I'm getting creeped out just talking about this. It's like you're not supposed to acknowledge the other people in your dreams, but I did. And the moment I did, and the moment they gave me that look, I instantly woke up and I was just so confused. Now, usually when you wake up like that, you forget what you dreamed about. I've been thinking about this all day long, and I didn't even know if I was going to make a video about this or not, but I decided I wanted to just because of how weird it was. Like, I don't know. I read somewhere that you're not supposed to interact with the people in your dreams because it's supposed to be like you're inside of a simulation or something with other people having the dream too, and maybe they were dreaming about the same thing, and I've kind of broke the code whenever I was interacting with them because you're not supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to be isolated. It's like you're playing an MMO with other players online, but you're playing the solo story arc. You know what I mean? You're not grouping up with anybody, but I was able to interact with people who were grouped up, and it kind of just like broke the system, which is why I instantly woke up. And I woke up 2 hours after I was supposed to wake up originally, which is very strange. That's right too. I woke up exactly 11 a.m. this morning on the frickin' dot, and it just dude, I've been wigging out about this all day long. Like I said, if you've had any kind of weird dreams like this too, I don't want to know about it. Just shut up. and keep that shit to yourself. I don't know what this means. I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of girl with some kind of fucking book with the dreams and shit and tarot cards or whatever, and they can just be like, "Oh, well, actually, Bazzbe, this is what that means." I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't care. I just more and more I start thinking like maybe life is a simulation. We are all just composed of zeros and ones, and I don't really know what else to say about it. Maybe this isn't even really that big of a deal with the dream, but it's creepy. And I've never had something like that happen before, so I don't really know what to make of it. So I don't know. Uh, just I guess in the comments, if you do want to comment on this video, leave a like, subscribe, whatever, all that stupid shit. If you do want to comment, just let me know if you think it's creepy or not. That's all I want to know from you personally. And I will see everybody in the next video, hopefully, if I make it. Goodbye.